First time buyer's relief is one of the STLT reliefs, which was designed for a first time buyer to purchase their first home. Yes, a buyer needs to fulfill some of the requirements to qualify for the first time buyer's relief. For the initial 425,000, you will be taxed at 0% rate, and on the remaining 75,000, you will be taxed at 5%.
Hello and welcome to UK Property Accountants. My name is Chirag, an associate here at UKPA. Today we're taking a look at first-time buyer's relief, and to shed some light on the topic, we have with us Simran Bania, an analyst in the legal and compliance team here at UKPA. Welcome to the show, Simran.
Thank you, Chirag.
Simran, today we're taking a look at first-time buyer's relief. Before we go into the details, could you tell us what tax this relief is associated with?
First-time buyer's relief is associated with stamp duty land tax, STLT. STLT is a tax imposed by the UK government on a purchase of a land or properties over certain threshold. There are several reliefs available under STLT, and first-time buyer's relief is one of those relief.
Having said that, what exactly is first-time buyer's relief?
First-time buyer's relief is one of the STLT reliefs, which was designed for a first-time buyer to purchase their first home by reducing some STLT liabilities. And for the purpose of first-time buyer's relief, a first-time buyer is an individual who never had owned any freehold or leasehold interest in a residential property, either in UK or anywhere else in the world.
Simran, when it comes to qualifying for the first-time buyer's relief, are there any specific requirements that one needs to pay attention to?
Yes, a buyer needs to fulfill some of the requirements to qualify for the first-time buyer's relief. The property that they are intending to purchase should not be more than £625,000. At the first initial £425,000, they will be taxed at 0% rate, whereas on the remaining up to £625,000, they will be taxed at 5%. The property or the dwelling that they are intending to purchase should be a single dwelling, and this relief is only available to individuals. No company or limited liability partnership can qualify for this relief.
Continuing on with the requirements, is this relief only available to people who are purchasing a property with the intention of making it their main residence?
Yes, the intention of a purchaser is very important. If the purchaser is purchasing the property with an intention of making it their only or main residence, then only the relief can avail. And following up to the requirements, the relief is not available when it is associated or it is a part of a linked transaction. And linked transaction is a transaction when the same parties, the same buyer and same seller or any other parties closely associated with them forms another transaction, and it is considered as a linked with the purchase of the dwelling. So in such transaction, the relief cannot be available. However, if such following transaction is of a purchase related to the gardens or a ground or any interest over the land that will benefit the dwelling, then on such cases, the relief can still be available.
Simran, can I also please ask you to share with us an example to see how first-time buyer's relief works?
Yeah, so I will give you 3 different examples with 3 different purchase price so that we can see how the STLT implications will be on the different purchase price. The first example will be if you are intending to purchase a property that cost you around £400,000, then because the £400,000 is below the threshold of the initial £425,000, it will be taxed at 0% rate, so there will be no STLT liability on this. The example 2 will be if you are purchasing a property with a value of £500,000, then for the initial £425,000, you will be taxed at 0% rate, and on the remaining £75,000, you will be taxed at 5%. So the STLT liability will be £3,750. And the third example, if you are purchasing a property with a value of £700,000, then it will not qualify for the relief because the threshold for first-time buyer's relief is property that will cost you around £625,000 and less than that.
Simran, I have one last question for you. When processing or claiming first-time buyer's relief, would you say it's necessary to get some professional advice first?
We suggest you to approach a professional, as every case is different and there is legislation which can be very robust at times. So a professional can really help you to navigate this process and help you make a better assessment of the case. So having a professional on your side will always be helpful and will always be an asset.
Thank you so much, Simran. That was truly an insightful session. When processing or claiming first time buyer's relief, the entire process can be a bit complex. We at UKPA provide you with a free 15-minute discovery call where we will ascertain your situation and let you know of the services that best suit your needs. Thank you and have a great day ahead.